Okay, we're here with David from Fleishman-Hillard. David, just wanted to run through a bit on the Obama campaign that you worked on. What advice can you give to marketers in Asia about the success of the campaign and perhaps utilising some of its power here?
Well, I think a couple of things about Obama and the campaign there are really worth noting here and everywhere, which is, number one, the commitment that they made from the very beginning to fully utilize the power of the internet and social media, social communities, to organize their supporters, to give them information, to empower them, giving them content that they could use, tools that they could self-organize, and then building a system and an infrastructure that would support that through staffing, through investments. Was a real sign of commitment that was important for driving the results that they did. The second thing I would point to there is their ethos, their belief in the power of the community to take content and information and self-organize and add value to the current campaign. So many of the iconic images that came out of the campaign, the videos, the many videos that were produced by people independently and put up on YouTube, some of the artwork that was created. These were all done by, not by the campaign itself, but by citizens, by people who were motivated and inspired to do that. So this idea of relinquishing control, giving your supporters the tools and the content and the information that they can use to create their own content was a real hallmark of what Obama did, and I think that does have implications for all kinds of marketing.
And using social media and using digital media, do you think it's something that marketers, particularly in Asia, can afford not to be involved in, at least in some form, whether it be small or large? Can they kind of, you did talk earlier about being where your audience is, and that's where audiences are going?
You simply can't ignore the data. If you look at the data, the sheer numbers of people that are engaging in online media of various kinds, whether it's social networks or whether it's RSS feeds, whether it's looking electronically at publications to get their information first. The audience is moving online. The audience has moved online. And so if we're going to be relevant and compelling and engaging, which we have to be where the audience is. And so if the audience moves online into these different fragmented channels, then part of our job is to make sure that we're tracking and understanding where those channels are, how they engage, what they're looking for. We can't afford not to do that, or else we're going to be left behind.
And a key thing you mentioned earlier was about adding value, creating content that consumers can engage with and play with, and then creating a dialogue and being involved with that. And if it's kind of a one-way message, that won't work.
Right,
from the brand perspective.
The days of being able to take a message and package it and shape it and moving it down a one-way pipeline, those days are gone. Just as the days are gone of trying to craft a marketing message and trying to kind of put it in the brain of the recipient, that's really gone. The question is, how can I take the content that I already have and make it relevant, personal, engaging to people in a way that's going to add value to their experience of the brand. And the more value that I can add in terms of that relationship between the individual and the brand in a non-marketing sense, as a service you might say, so marketing or advertising as a service is a very important idea. To that extent, in the digital world, we're going to be more and more successful.
Thanks, David, for your time.
Sure.